Well, hello and good afternoon, everybody. This is Terry Levin with Awesome Dynamic and welcoming you to the Awesome Dynamic Show, our weekly webinar where we like to address people's questions and concerns with their websites and their SEO and any other online presence questions they might have. So before we get started, I want to take a second to introduce everybody. Again, I'm Terry Levin. I'm the Director of Sales. I'm coming to you from Vernon Hills, Illinois, and I want to send you to Buenos Aires and Hablas of Espanol with Blake.
Good evening, afternoon, everyone. I'm Blake Tintori. I work on the SEO side, and I also assist on the Amazon side. I will be taking your show notes today, and welcome to today's webinar. Over
All
to
right.
you, Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I do the search engine optimization, and we will dive into that shortly. Here's Paul.
Robin was coming to you from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm coming to you from Fort Myers, Florida, where it is a beautiful 85-degree and sunny day. That's where Blake is normally from, Florida, but he is down in the winter season on the southern hemisphere now. Definitely didn't play your cards right on that one. Anyway, yes, we're very excited to help all of you with any questions that you have with SEO. Anything that you have, you're able to ask those questions in the side of the Hangouts window here. I'll be watching those and interject when I see those. But Terry's going to be leading the discussion with Robin, and we do have a certain article to cover today, and we also have a website to review as usual, but we're going to do the article first. So wanted to mention one other thing. Oh, our new website's coming soon. I think Jessica says it's all ready to go with the exception of a couple other things that I need to write to put on the homepage. So we're excited to launch that very soon. And I thought the folks here on the webinar that are joining us today would like to know as well. Anyway, without further ado, back to lovely Vernon Hills, Illinois.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul. So before we get started with our topic of the day, I did want to just run by some of our services, and as always, Robin's way ahead of me, getting things up there. So the main thing that we do here at Awesome Dynamic is we deliver to you targeted new customers looking for exactly the product or service that you offer. How do we do that? We start off with responsive web design, designing websites that not only look good on a nice big monitor, but look good on a laptop, a tablet, or any kind of a smartphone. Over 60% of all searches nowadays are on a mobile device, and if yours is not seen well on one of those mobile devices, people will do what we like to call bounce and go to a different site. So very important that you have it. All of our websites now are responsive. When we have a great website for you, the next thing we want to do is use search engine optimization to make sure that people are finding you. So we want you to be found on Google, and we have many different ways we can help you do that. Again, looking for targeted new customers to convert into clients and make some money for you. We are also Amazon seller consultants, and what we do there is we help you with many different ways to get your products on Amazon, as well as to enhance your listings and deliver great results for you if you're already on Amazon and running into the trouble that we seem to be hearing about from people all over the country every day with confusion about the different options on Amazon. And last but not least, we do Google Street View 360 virtual tours, which is a great way for people to get into your business and have a good look at it online without ever stepping foot into it. It demonstrates the size and quality of your business as well. And if your competitors don't have one and you do, you can expect to get quite an SEO boost by having one. So those are the ways that we can help you out. We always want to entertain your questions on this webinar, so there is a way for you to type one in and ask some questions and be interactive during this webinar. Also, you will find that we have a email list. Oops, I'm skipping ahead here. There we go. Catch up to me. Thank you. The awesome list, if you want to get some additional information and keep up to speed on the latest things that are going on in our industry to help you out, we have that. We also have the list of our upcoming webinars, which we do every Thursday. We rotate the times between 12:30 and 3 o'clock Central to make sure we can accommodate everybody. And we also have an events tab, which will give you updates on our upcoming events. We do have some seminars coming later this year. GYBO, Get Your Business Online, to help you with that, and other kinds of things that pop up from time to time. So before we move on to Robin, what did I miss? Anything?
Reviews?
Okay. If you find what we're doing to be valuable on this webinar, we would love to have you give us a 5-star Google review, and you can do that right through our website, and we surely appreciate those. Those are very important and something that you should be striving for with your business as well. So at this point, I wanted to turn it over to Robin. Robin, what's our topic that we're going to be digging into today?
We're going to talk about writing great title tags and metadata for your site. And if you have no idea what that means, you will know in just a moment. So what is metadata exactly? It's that little thing when you hover over the tabs on a web browser. So that's one place you can see the title. Another important place you can see the title, and I used the example of dog food today. So this looks familiar probably to everyone, where you have a list of 10 results on Google. You can actually write these for your website. You don't have to just be at the mercy of whatever Google picks. And it's actually better if you write these for your website. So you can control exactly what this says, and the great advantage of that is that even if you're not the #1 result, let's say you're down here, you can still pop up and get some great results by writing a great title tag that's persuasive, almost like a mini commercial that describes the page accurately. So how can you write a great title tag here? The first thing is to pick the word that you want to rank for. So you need a focus keyword. So the keyword here would be dog food. So you can see dog food does show up in all of these results. And just so you know, these are the ads. Here's like a shopping cart. Sometimes there's a knowledge graph here. And here is the local results around me. And then we dive into the top 10 results. So there's a lot of information here before you even see the #1 result. But the thing that all of these items have in common are that they all have the word dog food in them. So just as a test right here, what would you guys pick out of these top results here? What's the most convincing to you?
Well, I think for me, I mean, I always look for stars. I'm not seeing any stars on any of this stuff right here, but I guess the top one is probably the one that normally would grab my attention first.
And that's a good point. If nothing is standing out here, you would just go with the first one. I can see this one has a brand here. This one is just basically listing off different attributes about the dog food. What you don't want to do is with this one right here. See how it says dog food, best dog food brands on sale. Why you don't want to do this one is because you don't just want to list keywords. So you don't want a list of keywords. It's not going to translate well to humans, and Google's going to know what you're doing. So this one is, well, dry dog food, nutritional food, and the one thing they did do right here is put the brand last. If your brand fits on here, you want to put the brand last. If it doesn't fit on there, it's just as good to put just to describe what the page is about. So the key here is you only have about 45 to 55 characters here that you can use for your prime real estate. So let's take a look at how many characters this is. I'm just going to pop this into Microsoft Word just to do a quick test here. So this looks like it is 47 characters, and you want to count with the spaces. So that's totally fine. If it's a little bit longer, what's going to happen is Google's going to cut this off, see like this first one here, and you're not going to get the full benefit of what this page is about. So we can see it's dog food guide, grain-free, organic, natural dog food. So if I was specifically looking for that, I would maybe click on this one because it's the first one. But you can see if you get it cut off, you're not going to get, that's why it's important to put the keyword towards the beginning, because you could get cut off here on Google. The other thing that would happen if you write your title tag too long, I mean, 55 is about the max. You could go to up to 60, but after that it's going to get cut off. So The other thing that can happen is Google just replaces the title for you and they write their own based on your page. So what that creates, it creates a few problems. One, it's not the title you wanted. Two, it can be duplicate content. So you want all of this stuff to be original content. So let's go back to here. So how do we write? So now we know why the title tag is so important. It's because it helps with what Terry mentioned earlier is the bounce rate. So if people just keep ignoring your, let's say people just ignore this first result and always click on the second or third result, this result's now going to go down here because it has a high bounce or it has a low click-through rate. So I'll explain the difference between click-through rate and bounce rate. But basically this one will move down, but if this one is the best one and it keeps getting clicked, that means it's a high click-through rate. So that's going to go up here. So even if you're down here, you can potentially get up higher by just writing as simple as taking 2 minutes and writing a better title tag. And that can get your result higher up on Google. It's one of the main things you can do to increase your click-through rate, which click-through rate is just when you have a, it's like when you, as many times, let's say you show up 100 times for dog food on Google, if people click your result twice, that's a 2% click-through rate. What's a good click-through rate? 1%. What's bad? Under 1%. What's great? Anything above 1%. So you can see that if you show up 100 times for dog food, one person clicks you, you're good to go. If you don't get that 1% click-through rate, that's when you have to start rewriting your title tags and improving your pages. So let's go ahead and click through here to the first result. Okay, so if it's not what I see, so there's not really a lot of text here, it's just straight to buying dog food. So if I don't see what I want and what this describes, so let's see what this described to us. It said dog food guide, so I'm not getting any sort of guide. Grain-free, organic, natural dog food. Find a great selection of top dog food brands for your pet. Use our guide. So when I come here and I don't see a guide anywhere on this page, I'm going to now click off, and that's gonna, I haven't visited any other page on the site, so that's going to count as a bounce rate, or as a bounce.
That's a great example. Where the hell is the guide? That's what I wanted.
Exactly, and that's when I ask that question, what are you looking for, or which one stands out to you first? Another thing that I see is that, yeah, if it's not something that you're looking for, you're just going to skip right over it. So a good bounce rate is 20. You know, under 30% is a great bounce rate. When you start getting above that 30, 35%, now you're starting to get into trouble because it's successful even if you have ads or if it's organic traffic or local traffic here. People are getting through to your website, but now they're immediately leaving your website. So now you have to question yourself, well, did I write a good and accurate title tag? Do I have great page content? Is this accurately describing? So you can see that if I were to rewrite this title tag, or if one of you guys were to rewrite this title tag, what would you rewrite that to describe this page of just the dog food?
I'd probably put something about a variety of brands available because that's what's there when I get there to buy.
Exactly. Or I'd make a really great link to a guide at the top, maybe with an intro and read more about the guide. But you can see that it's not really reflecting exactly what that is. So let's try this one, dog food and treats, chewy.com. All right, so it looks like it talks about free shipping. Now that's something I would actually put in the title tag that would make this one stand out above the rest. I would say dog foods and treats, free shipping, chewy.com. And that would make, I mean, I would definitely click on that one because I can see that free shipping on orders over $49, the best customer service. So they're kind of selling themselves short by just putting a generic title here, and it's really short too. So they have extra characters they can use here. So they're not really utilizing that. But we can, and this is short as well. It's in the title description, or the meta, this is called the meta title, this is called the meta description. We can see that the word dog food, so they don't even have the keyword in here, first off. And secondly, it's really short. I mean, there's extra real estate here that you're missing out on. So let's go ahead and press dog food treats. Okay, so we can see, okay, great, 1 to 2 shipping on, free 1 to 2 day shipping on any orders over $49. So that's really clear. Chewy.com, I know it's a dog site because it's got this little dog logo, and I'm under the dog category. And we go right into what it said it would. Dog treats, and we can see dog food as well. So this would probably not be a bounce if I clicked on that. All right, so how do we write these great, powerful title tags and get people to the website?
Hey, Robin.
Mhm.
There's one, when you asked the question, I was on mute and I didn't realize it. The title tag that grabbed my attention the most, and I'm curious what's going to come through, because I am a dog owner. I got 3 dogs, and it's the one that says Dog Food Advisor, Dog Food Reviews and Ratings. So that's the one that caught my eye. I'm like, oh, if I Google dog food and I saw a title tag with reviews and ratings, well, what I want to see when I click on this is like a side-by-side comparison of different dog foods, and I'm curious if they're going to deliver on that if we click on that link.
Yeah, and the other thing I can see is the URL here. It doesn't look like they're trying to sell anything, and I would have put this word unbiased right here. So Dog Food Advisor, unbiased dog food reviews and ratings. So if we click on there, we can see, I would want to see a little bit more content. I might actually bounce on this one because
I would too.
yeah, because I don't see exactly what I want without clicking again. People are very impatient on Google. They want thousands of search results in 1 second, and then they want to get to the result within a few seconds. So I would have to read these 4 items and then choose between these 4 items. So
I want reviews right now. I'm having to click through and.
Yeah, so I already clicked one. Now I'm clicking a second one. Okay, now I got to click a 3rd time to get to the actual review.
Right, that's not acceptable.
Too many times. So all I want is like a top 10 list or something like that.
If it was me, I would have. I want a list with ratings right next to it as the next thing I see when I click through. I didn't get that. If it were me clicking on that link, I would have hit back right away.
Exactly.
All right.
So how do we write these great reviews? A lot of SEO experts say that you can use some of these words. It really enhances your title tags because people do want that quick result. They get impatient when they're searching for things online, which is the same reason no one goes to the 2nd page of Google. So if it's not on the 1st page of Google, if they can't find it, what typically happens is they retype in something in the search bar instead of going to the 2nd page. So all of these kinds of things, these words are proven to get higher click-through rates. And then if you want to get even more specific, we can go into some more industry items and some extra words, but these ones are really the ones that you'll see all the time. I see this, every time I'm looking for something, if you're looking for a recipe, if you're looking for fashion items, if you're looking for the best, car to buy, you're always going to see these. If you're looking for instructions, especially like a how-to would be good as well. That's something I could probably add to this list. But let's look at these words and then try to rewrite one of these title tags here. Okay, so let's try this Chewy one, dog food and treats chewy.com, and insert one of these words into there. And who wants to give that a try?
I think Terry should do this.
Absolutely. All right. So let's see. So this is the Chewy dog food and treats. So,
So all you have to do is convince someone to click on this result versus all these other results using one of these words.
We get right now in there somewhere? Dog food and treats? Or let's see, what would work best in there?
Well, they do have fast and free shipping, so maybe that would work.
Oh, yeah. Or fast. Fast in the title. You said that the shipping should probably be in that title. So dog food and treats, fast, free shipping? Something like that. Would that work?
Fast and free shipping on dog food and treats, chewy.com, and then we check if that was under 55 characters.
So you
But
would
yeah,
start
that's
with that. So these power words should be at the beginning of the title. Is that one
it
of the
can
things?
be at the beginning or the end. The only thing you want to make sure is that you have this keyword somewhere in the first half towards the beginning
Okay.
so that it doesn't get cut off. But yeah, you can do it in any order you want. I mean, we could write a whole bunch of them using these words.
Okay.
Paul or Blake, do you want to jump in with another way you would do that with one of these words?
Well, I was going to say, Robin, why don't you whip open a Word document
Sure.
and we'll workshop it a little bit. How's that sound?
All right.
So I like the, you said fast, free, works quickly. It's funny. Treats work quickly. Can you move that over to the right a little bit so I can see the rest of your power words? Or the rest of the... Oh, we're just working on the power words and not working on the items underneath?
Yeah, we could do either.
Okay.
You could do top rated if you want. Fast and free shipping for dog food and treats. And then I would probably do a pipe, chewy.com. We should probably send this to them.
Send this
Okay,
video
let's
to them.
check that. Okay, we are at 55 exactly. Look at that.
You are a genius, Robin. You didn't even need to know.
So what's another one we can do here?
Let's see. How about
Quick, quick and simple ordering at chewy.com. Pipe, dog food, and treats.
Okay, so what can we improve about this one?
it's too long?
It's a little bit long, but still okay at 57. But what I really want to see is dog food towards the beginning.
Good
So you
point.
could even switch things on the other end of the pipe, perhaps.
Yeah, so quick and simple.
Can we talk a little bit about what the pipe is all about? Because I don't really know, and I'm thinking there might be some people that don't know.
It's that little vertical line.
No, I
So
know. I get that part, but
Yeah.
why do we need it? What does it do? Why do we need to separate with it?
It's just a visual separator. It really has no SEO value to it, but you'll see it in like navigation of websites. You see it used quite often in these titles.
Yeah, it looks cleaner than this dash here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more prominent than the dash. You notice, if you're looking to save a character by not having a space on either end of it, you can do whatever you're going to say, colon, and then whatever's after that. So that saves you one character if you're trying to hit 55 and you're at 56.
Yeah, or you can take the spaces out between the pipes.
Yeah, but that looks a little
Yeah.
not as good. So it's more of a it's just a character that we use. And it's called a pipe, and if you're looking for it on your keyboard, it's right below the backspace key. There's a backslash, and it looks like two little lines above each other, but it actually produces one solid vertical line. You have to hit the shift key to get it.
And it is moving kind of out of fashion because people want to see like a full sentence like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can really do either way at this point, but Google's really looking for a written for humans kind of thing. So.
Right. So what do we got here, Robin? You got this down to quick and simple dog food and treats at chewy.com.
Or another one I could do quick. I know Blake had the word ordering there. Quick ordering for great dog food and treats. And you don't have to have the brand name on there either. So.
Mm-hmm.
So quick ordering and free shipping. Let's see if that's too long. 59. I could definitely shorten it a little bit. And then I would maybe we could even do this. I keep trying to put on caps lock. Free quick ordering, free shipping.
And having that caps lock free will make it stand out too.
Exactly.
No one else in this set of search terms is coming up with anything like that.
Yeah, 57 a little bit long, but yeah, this I probably need to put towards the front.
How about
Free
something like
shipping.
this? If they offered, let's say, free treats with every order, so you could even
Yeah.
have like
If you have an offer, that would be great. Free dog food and treats with every order. And you'll notice I'm capitalizing these words. I didn't capitalize the W, but I should probably capitalize shipping there so that it really stands out as a title. Sometimes it's annoying if you have everything caps lock, but it looks like a fake result. But you can see here's 4 great title tags that improves upon dog food and treats. And these are all going to stand out over these top 10 results here.
You can even say best dog food, free shipping. Visit now.
Visit today, or
Yeah,
visit
today.
right now. Or it could be shop.
Yeah, visit today.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, that would definitely stand out.
Yeah.
I remember, Robin, we were looking at another SEO article about how you can get ideas of what you want to put in these title tags from the ads that people are paying for. So if you scroll up and look at, okay, well, these people are paying for these ads. Some of them might actually be working with experts at Google on the pay-per-click advertising. I guarantee Petco is paying Google quite a bit of money for these ads. And
yeah, you can see again top rated, free shipping. You can see these title tags are actually improved compared to these title tags.
Right.
So yes, you can definitely look at these for some ideas, other places you can go. Here's a really simple one. Just go to Amazon, type in dog food, and usually there's that little pop-down menu here. If you press space, and then dog food storage container, dog food bowl, dog food mat, dispenser. But if I put in, sometimes it'll come back with different dog food.
If you do
pet
one technique
supplies, grain-free. Yeah.
I use just do dog food space, and then we were just using this on a consulting call today. Just type in the letter A. You get all the things that with the letter A that people look for on Amazon. You use backspace, go to B.
Allergy sensitive would be a great one. This is what's called a long tail keyword. Dog food is a short tail keyword. So the long tail keywords are typically easier to rank for. Not always, but usually. So if I put in B here, okay, we can see this is probably a brand name. Beneful's a brand name. Then we have Bolstein, Blue. So you can see that just by doing this, you can generate a ton of long tail keywords. So you definitely want to, there's going to be less competition so that you can rank higher up on Google. So if you sell canned dog food and it's easier to rank for canned dog food than it is to rank for dog food in general against all the bigger brands, and you have a smaller brand, then that's one that can pop up there faster. Or if you want to get even longer, dog food, canned, all natural, grain-free, so if you put that all in one keyword that you want to rank for that people typically type into Google, then that can prove great results and more traffic for you. Also could result in a better click-through rate if you have a great description and a lower bounce rate. So just the power of these title tags is huge. I mean, taking the time to just rewrite some of your title tags, and you know what I see all the time is that a website will have the same exact title tag for every single page on the website. So that's not specific enough. You want to describe that page exactly how it is and not the whole entire website. Okay, another place you can look for YouTube videos. You can type in dog food into YouTube and get some ideas there. Places that are paid, like udemy.com or any websites like that, things that people pay for. So if people are paying $50, $100 for a class online, that would be a great use of the words in there that they use to search for it. Also, what we did at the beginning of this call, the competitor search results. Go ahead and look at your competitors and see what they write for their title tags. That's a great place to get some ideas. So you guys should be all title tag experts now.
All right, so we want to wind up on this a little bit because we got a website to take a look at. But can you just maybe sum up some of the key things that we want to keep in mind as we move forward on this for us, Robin?
Sure. Always pick a great keyword, and you can do some background research on that using Google Keyword Planner or other free keyword tools out there. So once you have that great keyword, include that in your title tag. I say 35 to 55 characters. 35 is good. It's always good to be short and sweet, but you might be missing some prime real estate in that title tag. If you go a little over 55, that's okay too, but you might get cut off like this. Using the power words in your title tags is super effective, and you can actually measure these things using Google Analytics. So you can check, you can even try using one type of title tag and then try using another type of title tag, see which one has a better click-through rate and which one has a lower bounce rate. You can see all that through Google Analytics. So if you don't have an account, sign up for a free account today. And then the meta description. 140 to 155 characters. All you have to do is write a sentence that's original, so it can't just be copied and pasted from the page. Write it so that humans will like it and click on it, and write it as if you're talking to a friend. So, if someone asks you, what's this page about, or what's your whole business about, write it specifically for that page, and so that when someone gets there, it's exactly what they expected.
All right. And the big takeaway that I got, and I learned quite a bit myself during this, but the big takeaway for me is you can write the best descriptions, have great titles. If you don't deliver, when people click on it, you've wasted all your energy because they're going to go ahead and find someplace else to look. So once you've got this done, you got to make sure that you're delivering what you're talking about, and they got to see that, looks like, right away. Otherwise, people are just going to get frustrated and go on.
That's a great point. Yeah, everything relates together. So once you get people there, you have to keep them there. It's kind of like throwing a party, and if you come there and there's like no alcohol, or if it's just like there's no food and you're hungry, and then it's just the party just sucks, you want to leave right away. But if you get there and it's what you expected, or even more than you expected, so if you have more content and more pictures, more video, and more than they could ever desire, then people will stay at your party. So.
That is a fantastic analogy, Robin. I could tell you I've been to 2 weddings that were dry weddings, and I did not know that going in. It would have been nice to know it.
I never knew there was such a thing.
Yeah, I didn't either until I can't believe it happened.
We're talking about weddings, so at my wedding, of course, my mother-in-law and my wife-to-be were making all the plans, and I was smart enough to nod my head a lot and say, that sounds fantastic. And the only thing I asked for was that the bar be open for the entire evening. Don't stop during a meal or anything, and they were nice enough to accommodate me on that, and everybody had a good time.
Excellent. It was a great party then.
It was good. It was good. I think it was a long time ago, but I think it was good. Anyhow, so as I was on my networking adventures that I'm on all the time in our local area here, I was over at Freedom One at the Trinell Financial Group, and met a guy named Daniel Florick, who is with Vindictive Vinyl, and he is the subject of the second part of our webinar today. We're going to take a look, and there it is, at his website and a little bit about his online presence and see where he stands and how we might be able to make suggestions to help him. So, Robin, do you want to take the first dive into this and see what you think?
Yeah, I like how big the logo is here. At first, you think Vindictive Vinyl, is this a record store? But no, I don't think that right away because I see a car here, I see vehicle reps, so it's really clear that they do custom stickers and everything like that. But what I would have is these clickable. Right now I can't highlight any of these words, so it's hidden in a picture, so Google cannot see that you sell these items. That might be one of the main reasons why you're not ranking for these items, is because You see this too, all the boat wrap signs. I can't actually highlight this in text so that you can't, Google can't read this. What Google can read is this text here. So if you don't have all of these main services in your text here, then Google will have no idea what this website is about. They'll probably think it's just about, well, you have vehicle wrap and vinyl graphics industry, but you don't have all of these words in there. I would also have a separate service page for each one of these, so you should have something on your menu here that says services, or you can have portfolio as well, but what I would probably do is take anything on this portfolio page and disperse it between these 6 services here. Then write 300 to 600 words on each one of these services, and then have a picture, or at least a few pictures on each one of these services, and then have a video on each one of those. So that you can see how this would take a lot of time to create this, to create each one of these service pages. But after you do that, you'll see great results on Google.
And that was what I was just going to ask you, if you could just sort of explain to maybe people that aren't familiar the reasons why it's so important to have a page for each type of service.
Sure. So if you want someone to buy a banner, or if you want someone to buy a custom sticker, when someone types in, let's go here, so I put in car stickers, Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. I don't see you popping up here in the top 3, but you can see that all these people have a page for car stickers or custom stickers. So if you don't have a page on your website all about that, the chances that you're going to rank for it are very slim. Now I can see if I keep going down here, I don't see you. So you're really not popping up for the main service that you have, which is car sticker. If I put car, maybe if I put vehicle wraps. Let's see if you pop up here. Okay, so you do pop up here, and you are in that town, so that's probably one of the main reasons. And you also have the 6 reviews, which is great, at a 4.9 average. So that's something that really sticks out to me here. But then when I go down here, do I see that? We see that this looks maybe like a blog. Let's click on that. Okay, so this is a different website completely. But it does have, this is what's called a citation. It has your name, address, and phone number. But you don't want people going here, you want them going to your website. So what you can actually do, if you have a video on that, so you have your Facebook page here, you have your main page, then if we have a car sticker here, and we have, you can take up the whole first page with everything.
Robin, the reason I sent you this link, I did site:"vindictivevinyl.com, which tells Google to only search vindictivevinyl.com for whatever I'm about to type next, and I typed in custom stickers, and see what it says in the bold text underneath there?
No matches.
That means the words custom and stickers is not on the site according to Google. I saw it on the site with my own eyes, but it's part of that picture, and Google can't see it. So they can't know that's something you do unless it's written in text somewhere on the site. So, I mean, just right there just shows Google does not know you do custom stickers. And you can do that with any word that you have. And obviously having the words there tells Google that, hey, I do this thing. And then putting the words a lot more times in all the right ways on individual pages really solidifies that idea.
So the first step is definitely making those separate service pages so you can rank individually on Google for each one of those words. So when I type in for vehicle wraps, okay, so we do have it under your About page, but you really don't want them going to your About page. You want them going directly to the page that's all about buying the actual vehicle wraps and pictures of vehicle wraps and videos of vehicle wraps, not pictures, of you and pictures of, so it's really, you want them to get to the best page possible without having to click around your site.
I was on the contact page, and I noticed there was no contact form. Just a nice, simple name, excuse me, name, email, maybe a phone number, and a small box where they can leave you guys a message is very powerful and almost needed these days. Some people just don't feel like calling or don't want to or can't because they're at work and they're secretly looking for vinyls for their cars. But they want to send you a message and say, hey, I get off work at 6. can I give you guys a call even though you're supposed to be closed? Is there a direct number? Just something that they can leave a simple message with. And I also noted that there's no copyright date on the bottom of the website, making it look current and live and up to date with good stuff. So
They do have your map.
They do
Yeah.
have the map. I was actually going to comment on that. You know, Blake's a big Google map
Yeah.
on the contact page guy, which is great because we can see exactly where you are.
Right.
But you can embed. You have a Google My Business listing on Google with great reviews in it. You can actually embed it so your reviews show up right in that map. So
Yeah.
you just gotta you gotta get the one that's customized for you rather than just an address.
Yeah, and if you had the form here, I would also say you can make the map a little bit longer as well, so that would match this side.
Balances the page.
And you know, for me, if you go back real quick to the homepage, I mean, it seems like I'm saying this every time we look at somebody's site, but you know, as the guy who's looking at sales, where's the call for a quote or some kind of a call to action, big red or some color that stands out really well, button up here asking for some call to action, and I definitely don't see anything, at least on this part of the homepage, that's doing that for us.
Phone number. Why isn't it at the top in red, giant? I'm
Name,
ready to
address,
do
phone
business.
number, none of
Here,
that.
let me call you. I have to. You're making me look for your number to do business. Don't make me look. As soon as I'm convinced, I love the way this car looks, I'm ready to do business. Don't make me look for the phone number. Give it to me right away. One more thing, Blake, and then I'll let you hop in.
Go ahead.
Scroll down to the bottom, Robin. Get rid of those links at the bottom. Additional internal links to pages in your website basically dilute the page rank that they pass to each other. Now, not a lot of page ranks being passed right now because you don't have individual service pages, but what I don't want to see you do is add all these service pages and then link to them twice. So Google looks at your website and sees the internal links that you're linking, and when you add too many, it dilutes the page rank that your pages pass to one another in Google.
Plus, no one's gonna, and from a human standpoint, no one's gonna scroll down here and click on these links when they're right here. So they're gonna see these first.
Everyone knows the navigation's at the top, so they will scroll back up. There's all sorts of fancy things you could do to, have it scroll right back up to the top for you, or they're just going to scroll back up anyway.
Let me jump in real quick before we continue on. I know, Paul, you're always monitoring this, but I want to make sure people that might be joining us are knowing that they could go ahead and interject with a question, and I just want to make sure we're not missing anything on there right now.
I'm also taking a look at our Facebook page. I posted something about the webinar happening right now, so if you want to comment on that, we can certainly answer questions based on you commenting on that as well.
All right.
Another thing that I would, an opportunity would probably be if you do, it looks like you do individual cars, but it looks like you also do commercial. So if you had a page all about, it's probably better to have, a whole fleet of buses to do than just one car. So if you have something on your website about we do commercial cars, we do many at a time, something like that, then you can get some more business that way as well.
Yeah, I think this site has a lot of potential. It seems like they do very great work. They've been in business for 20 years. I went to their portfolio on my side of the end over here, and I was looking at what they did with a trailer, and it's unbelievable. It's night and day, and they have just a little tidbit of text where if I feel like they just did more, this could be great blog articles for them, is just pictures of the great work they do plus a ton of word content to help them rank. Because as of right now, for 2 decades worth of great work, and none of their services are showing up on Google, there's probably so many people that have looked for their work in the last 5-10 years online, and they just don't have what it takes to get found. And I think it's that unfortunate example of someone with really great products and services and just unfortunate SEO on this side. So there's a lot of potential here.
I would make another comment here. Robin, you want to hop in first?
Oh, just really quickly, I would do a before and after of that trailer and put that as a slide right on your homepage.
And even the stuff that's on your homepage, it seems like, yeah, this beautiful looking truck that's been
Fully
wrapped.
wrapped, yeah.
You have a trolley to show the size of the work that you do. You know, you get the window graphics here. So this boat looks awesome. But what the problem that I see is I go to the portfolio page and I see one example. And
Yeah.
to me, even though the trailer example is good, you have other examples that really show some very impressive work. And it looks like, and I'm guessing if I click on that little Facebook link there for more great pictures, there's going to be great pictures there. Do you see the sentence there? See, Robin's even having trouble seeing it. I didn't see it until I actually started reading the page. But yeah, leave that page. See the little
Here.
link there?
Okay.
Yes, it's hard to see. There's another great picture right as your cover photo. And I'm sure if I click on the photos button, but how many clicks do I have to go through to see the pictures?
Yeah, these would be great on your website. You're not getting any credit on your website. You're giving all the credit to Facebook.
Yeah, and this is all amazing work, and you're posting it. Put it all on your website. Put it on the portfolio page.
Portfolio. I mean,
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
one
unbelievable.
car on the website is not even. That's not a portfolio. This
is a portfolio, but we need to so the website is its job is to get you leads. So when they see you in the search results, they're like, okay, we'll check this guy out because he's got the best reviews in the area. I click through, I go to the home page. The website has to convince me that you're the guy for the job, and I'm not going to click 3 extra times if I accidentally see that your Facebook page link is there. I'm not even gonna see it. I'm not gonna see any of these great pictures, and I'm not gonna do business with you. And go to the next guy that has really great pictures on the website, convinces me to call them. So that's the human side of SEO. The search engine optimization is once you get the person there, you have to convince them that you're the right guy for the job and impress them with your work. And the site's not doing that right now.
And I think we would be remiss if we didn't say it. I think we say it every week, but I think it needs to be said again that having a good presence on Facebook is important and can help your business get some visibility. But when it comes to the world of SEO, that is a little tiny little I think 5% piece of the overall SEO pie is your social media. So it seems like we're spending a lot more time on Facebook. And here comes our favorite chart. But we could talk briefly. But the little blue slice there, which is going to be what is that, 5% or 5% is what the social media piece of the pie is when it comes to SEO. So we're spending a lot of time, it looks like, on Facebook that probably should be spent on SEO, cleaning up the website and doing some of the things that will really get you some really dramatic results. I mean, we can see on here there's several items on this pie that are to get you 15, 20% of the pie, and we're talking about a 5% piece where you seem to be putting a lot more of your attention. We see this very common these days. Everybody's sort of obsessed with the social media end of things, but the results are driven from SEO, and you can see the ratios at which things happen here. So something that needs to be talked about regularly and addressed, and time has to be spent where it does the most value for your company, and that's what we're talking about here with getting involved with some SEO to get yourself out there. So that's something we talk about, I think, every week, and you can't say it enough because it just dramatically shows you where your time should be spent based on the chart. All right, so Robin, have we had a chance to check if this site's mobile friendly and what kind of page speed results we're getting?
Let's check. Okay, so I'm putting this. I'll put this in here. And let's just go back to the site and take a look at what it would look like if it was on a mobile device. Okay, so this is what someone would see if they were like on an iPhone. So I can't even scroll left and right because there's no options, so I'm really missing a lot of the page.
So one way to check for anybody who wants to check is just to grab that right side of the site, drag it in, and it should, if it's a responsive site, it's going to adjust as we squeeze it down.
Yeah, like for example, we can take this website, and then if we put it squeeze it down, you can see that everything stacks instead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, okay, awesome. This page is mobile friendly, but let's go ahead and look at the score. So you have a 69 out of 100 on mobile, which is not bad. But I can see that it looks like it's responsive here. But we need to fix a few things here. So just tweaking a little bit of your mobile site. It also has to do with the company that, or the platform that you used, which was, I don't know if you're familiar with this, Paul, but Website Builder.
Website Builder, yes, it's a GoDaddy product. That's what a couple of our clients that moved into WordPress out of the GoDaddy, I can think of 4 or 5 that we're currently working with right now. The GoDaddy Website Builder seems simple. Drag and drop things around the screen. Actually, we can set you up in WordPress and you get the same kind of functionality. The problem is
this stuff. Well, this stuff is true, but that's what the problem is.
Yeah, easy to build, hundreds of customizable designs, and free domain. But no skills, no time, no problem. There is a problem. The problem is no SEO. Because any of these, you got this, there's like Wix that's out there, there's tons of different website platforms that are super simple, easy to use, but you will always run into a roadblock with your ability to do some of the things you need to do for SEO. So it's of paramount importance to be able to get in and do those things. The reason why we do everything in WordPress is because 60% of the world has their websites in WordPress. I think it's like less than 0.5% in Wix. I could look up the GoDaddy Website Builder, but I'm sure it's like in the under 1% range.
But I was a little confused that it said it was a mobile-friendly site, but it looked like it wasn't when we were squeezing it down, didn't it?
I want to squeeze it down again for me so I can take a look at it. It's definitely not mobile-friendly. What does the speed test say, or the mobile-friendly test?
Mobile-friendly said yes.
It says yes, and then when we see the preview, it looks like it.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's this browser.
Yeah, well, no, it's they're serving up a mobile website that's separate, so it's not a full responsive site. So there's actually 2 sites exist, and
so if there's a spelling error, you got to change it on both sites, not just on one.
And they may have some sort of synchronization software that does that. But the point is, a lot of stuff can be lost in translation between the two. Like Robin said, if for some reason something doesn't get synced, you lose that. You don't really get to customize the appearance of one versus the other, where you can really do that in a responsive web design.
So it can be mobile friendly and pass the test, but it might not be responsive.
Right.
Okay.
And then
Google wants you to have a responsive website.
Your desktop score is 14 out of 100. Looks like you probably have some large images or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have a ton of images that you need to just not reduce in file size, not the actual size that you see on the front end. So it'll look exactly the same on the front end of the website, but the file size just needs to be smaller so that these pictures load faster. Because slow loading times, that'll result in a lower ranking on Google and lower, higher bounce rate. You want your website to load quickly.
I checked it out, the mobile site on my phone. It says to view it on desktop at the bottom, so it's definitely some sort of mobile website thing.
Yeah, and it looks like your average page load time is 12 seconds. You want this to be under 2.
Mm.
Yeah, that's really bad. You got to get this stuff fixed. Terry, gotta call him up and say, let's get this done. We gotta get
Yeah,
this done.
we definitely need to talk. I mean, he's definitely got some things that can really be improved. But the good news is there's a lot, by making these changes, I think we could really affect his amount of calls that he's getting from his website. And did we do any searches out of his area at all? I know we're running out of time, but I know we just looked right in his area, but we're able to broaden that a little bit and see if he's popping up at all outside of his home base, so to speak.
So let's say, what's near Twin Lakes? Antioch? Isn't that right over the border?
Yeah.
So Antioch, vehicle reps, Antioch.
Or, I'd probably do Lake Geneva is close to it. Yeah. Okay, so you do show up here for Antioch. But you can see Fast Signs has more reviews than you, and then they're probably located right in that town, so that's probably why they're up here.
Yeah, you want to get more reviews than Fast Signs.
Yeah, definitely need. I'm glad he's got the stars, but they definitely need to add to that reviews.
He's got
and get those things
18 reviews on Facebook, so just reach out to those people who gave you the reviews on Facebook and see if they can leave you some Google reviews.
Yeah, you can see how this Facebook result has stars on here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at
Lake Geneva.
I see your number one there.
That's awesome. That's actually quite a distance too from Twin Lakes. Let's try. Ooh, here's one. Here's an opportunity. This is what we covered in our last webinar, I think. See the third result there? The graphics company, ... and he started listing a whole bunch of keywords. That's considered spam. So we can actually report this as a violation, or we can just edit this to be more accurate. Let's do that really quick, so this way he doesn't get all that extra credit that's not authorized. So it's probably the graphics company. I would just double check the website, see what his actual business name is. But and it doesn't look like there's even a website connected, so we can't check. So what I'm going to do is just edit the business name, Robin. So hit the suggest and edit, go in there, hit the pencil, drop out everything after company. There you go. Send. So his business name isn't that. I could tell you that. So we're going to edit that. That's going to drop all those keywords out of his title, and probably lessen their ranking. But it's we all have to play by the Google's rules. So in Google, this is a white hat technique because we're improving the map.
All right, and you gave me a perfect transition there. So we do these webinars every Thursday, and if you go to our website, awesomedynamic.com, you can look at past webinars, and if you want to look at the one we did last week, we had a whole conversation about checking your competitors and editing some of the issues with them, and if they're not following the rules and you can get them out from in front of you, that's only going to help your position, and it's just another one of the ways that we can show you some of the tips that we have to get yourself in a better position, get found, get more targeted customers. So again, we are at awesomedynamic.com, responsive website design, search engine optimization, Amazon seller consulting, and Google Street View virtual tours. We want you to sign up for our email awesome list so we can keep you up to speed on what's going on. And we definitely encourage you, if you found today's information to be great help for you, that you give us a 5-star Google review. You can do that right down at the bottom of our page. Look for our new website, which is just around the corner.
Hey, Terry, can I interject for 1 second?
Sure.
Speaking of the reviews, we actually got a question just a second ago from Joyce. I don't know if Joyce is with the Bloom's Rooms Design Studio.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm going to pronounce her last name right, but it's KONSTANTINOW.
Sure, and Joyce was at one of our last review parties that Robin and I hosted.
Fantastic. Well, Joyce asks, and I'm going to put this question up, how do you get Google reviews on your page? So what we can do is, Robin, do you want to just Google search Awesome Dynamic?
Sure.
And while we're doing that, I mean, I think we've talked about it before, but when you have a happy customer that's telling you what a great job you did for them, that is the perfect time to ask them, not for a review, but for a 5-star Google review. And if they have a phone in their hand, they can go ahead and do that right away. You want them to do it while they're there, because once life gets in the way, you will lose that opportunity to get a review from them. We can talk. We're running out of time, but reviews are so important for so many reasons. You can see our 58 Google reviews there, and 5 stars. And that's ask you getting those stars. When you get more than 5, again, the stars will pop up, and those stars can make a difference between someone else getting the click and you getting the click.
And Joyce, if we have your business name, I can leave you a review.
Well, it's I'll look it up.
So you just click this rate a review button, 5 stars, and start typing. On your phone, it's a little bit different. You would go to the Google Maps app, and then you would search for the business, and then you have to scroll down to get to the 5 stars. Okay, so we can see Blooms and Rooms Design Studio. All right, so in order to write a review here,
Hit that about button there. Oh, it's not a
yeah.
local listing. So you need to have you set up a brand page for your business. So what you really need to do is set up a local page. And it looks
Yeah,
like
you
you
can
have
still write.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one.
Mhm.
So what I would do is write, I would write a review here, and then you would post it, and then that would come through there. Just as an example.
But then, again, just to refresh on a couple things quickly, no employees, no family members, etc., doing reviews, but good customers that are happy with what you've done. You just ask them. People are used to it. People are more than happy to do it, and try to get them on the spot. And again, don't just ask for a review. Ask for a 5-star Google review, and that will get you where you need to be. So you got to get those going, and I think we should have a conversation. I'm going to reach out to you, and we'll have a little more conversation about how we can do that for you and help you with that. All right, so any other questions that we missed before we wrap things up, Paul?
No, that's it. That's all we got.
All right, well, listen, we want to thank everybody for joining us on the Awesome Dynamic Show. We hope you found it valuable. Again, 5-star Google reviews are always appreciated. Very easy to do right on our page. We will be back next Thursday at 3 o'clock for our next webinar. And we're signing off from Vernon Hills, from Florida, from Buenos Aires, and beautiful Chicago, Illinois, home of the Chicago Cubs, the best team in baseball. And we will see you next week. Thanks.
Are they going all the way this year, Terry?
I hope so. I
All
think
right.
so. We'll see. All right,
All
everybody.
right.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.